I'm Dockerty, I'm the coach here at Drennan Lindome Lakes, and as you can see, we're on the Loco Lake for a spot of winter method feeder fishing. We're into December now, and temperatures are just above freezing, and the fishing really is on the back foot since the temperatures have begun to drop. One of the most frequent questions I get asked is how to get extra bites, especially now we're going into them cooler months. For me, at this time of year especially, the two most important things to put those extra fish in your net are fishing accurately and also the correct timing, the correct lengths of cast and timing your bites to maximise your efficiency when fishing. I can't stress enough how important accurate casting is in the winter to maintain a small feed area. At this time of year, fish shoal up, so accuracy is critical. A couple of metres left or right can be the difference between a successful day and one with very few bites. There are 5 main points to accurate casting. First of which is the drop. This is the distance between the rod top and the feeder when casting. This allows you to compress the rod and get maximum distance on the cast. For me, the drop wants to be about half a rod, so if I'm using a 10-foot rod, I'll have a 5-foot drop. This allows me to be consistent when I'm casting and achieve the accuracy I'm looking for. The second point is to pick a far bank marker when you're casting, a tree or a platform, something fixed that is never going to move. This gives you something to face when you're casting so you can always accurately work in a straight line towards that target. The third aspect of accurate casting is being nice and smooth and also compressing the rod. This means the rod is doing the work on the cast to achieve the distance we're looking to propel the feeder to. The fourth principle, and arguably the most important, is hit the line clip hard. This will do two things. It will straighten the line and it will also allow the feed to enter the water correctly and hit the lake bed intact. If you don't hit the line clip firmly, you run the risk of the feeder entering the lake bait side first. This means all the feed within that feeder is taking the impact and possibly going to smash off the feeder. This will reduce the chance of getting a bite and often mean you will wait longer for bites as well. By hitting the line clip firmly, it will ensure the feeder enters the water correctly. By landing weight side down on the surface, this protects the bait and means it's in a better position once it's on the bottom. Number 5, and it's one we've all heard before, is not to move the feeder. Once that trap is set on the lake bed, we don't want to disturb it or move the bait. So by taking your time to position the rod and not risk moving the feeder, maximises the chance of a fish finding our bait. You'll often see me gradually tightening up to the feeder by simply turning the bail arm. This means I'm not placing too much tension on the quiver tip at any point. By doing this, I'm reducing any slack in the line and ensuring I've got a direct line from my rod tip to the feeder. Right, let me run you through these 5 points in real time now. So, my pellet method feeder is perfectly set. It's time to talk you through the casting technique. The first of which is your drop. You want it about half the length of the rod. This is going to allow me to compress the rod on the cast and get maximum distance. Secondly, face the target. This will allow me to be accurate, I'm not twisting my body, and I can gain maximum control of the direction of the cast. Thirdly, I'm going to come back nice and smooth, push through, hit the clip, plop the feeder in. So now it's key I don't move the feeder now it's hit the bottom. So I'm going to go down, place the rod on the rest and tighten up gradually to the feeder, just using the bail arm, not turning the handle and risking moving the feeder. Now the trap's set, I can start my stopwatch and wait for a bite. At this time of year, it's not about rushing. You've done all the hard work, setting the trap, casting accurately. Take your time when playing that fish and make sure it goes in the net. Small feeders are paramount at this time of year. Today I've opted for a 35 gram small pellet method feeder. This has allowed me to gradually build my peg, and through accurate casting and persistence I've started to get amongst the late skimmers, followed by some F1s, and gradually as the session's gone on I've managed to get in amongst a few of the lake's larger carp. Casting is one of those things where effort equals reward. Time spent practicing really will help you perfect your technique and increase your accuracy when fishing like this. Remember, practice makes perfect, so get out on the bank and give it a go.